So good morning, everybody. And first of all, a huge shout out to Atul, to Ravish, uh, to Mohit from the TAB team for putting together this program. I truly appreciate all of you taking time to be here on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. I know it's not easy, but I also have with me our CEO Sharda Shankar. Sharda, good morning. Thank you for being here. And Sharda is
Morning, sir.
based in
Good morning,
Bangalore.
everyone.
Yeah. So fantastic, everybody. And I'd like to begin by seeing if I can share a small presentation that I put together. Yes, I have it here. Wonderful. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay, great. So this whole session is, are you future ready? And how do we break free from the playbooks of the past? Okay. Now, this is going to be an interactive session. So what we are going to do is that at some point of time, we're going to get into a breakout room. Hopefully, if we have the time, one more breakout room during the course of the program. But we will use the chat box extensively so that it becomes a two-way communication between you and me, between you, me, and Sharada, who's running this program along with me. Because that's the whole idea. So when Ravish came up with this thought saying, can we run a session? I said, it's got to be interactive. It's got to be different. So that's what we're going to be doing. At some point of time, I will request that we are allowed to unmute and, chat, but maybe that we can do it a little later during the course of the program. So one request to everybody, I will ask you to make notes. So this is a good time as any to please grab a book, a pen to make some notes. If you're comfortable, I know some of you would be logging in from your mobiles. And in that case, it would be difficult to make notes on the mobile as you're listening to me. So let's take maybe just 30 seconds and grab a book and a pen. If you already have one, then that's terrific. So let me ask you to do one simple exercise right in the beginning as we begin this program on, are you future ready? So let me ask you to react and respond to this. What do you see? What do you see on your screen? So if you can please use the chat box and type out, what are you seeing on the screen? So that would be a good idea for all of us to get an idea or whatever you're typing on the screen. So let me see. What have you guys typed? Fantastic, Niranjan. Congratulations. The first off the block, Niranjan. You'll get a chocolate from me when we meet the next time. That's a dot. Lovely. A black spot. Ravi says a black dot. Lovely. Soumya, a black dot. Future focus, Niranjan. Hey, you can only get one chocolate, Niranjan, at a time. But please keep it coming. You see a black spot. Lovely. A small circle, a black elliptical dot. Black dot. Wonderful. Surendran. White background, Anurag. White background with a black dot. A white sheet. Black dot, not fully round. White page with a black circle. Wonderful. So here's a thought for all of you, okay? That in life you have both the white space and the black dot, okay? Now what does this mean? I was introduced as the I can guy. For the last 46 years of my life, I've been talking I can, I've been breathing I can, I've been spreading I can, I've been helping people live I can lives. And I realized one very, very important point as an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur myself, started many businesses in life, exited quite a few of them. And currently, I'm on my latest startup. I've realized one very important point. Positivity isn't about ignoring problems, but it's about training ourselves to see the whole picture. And I like the fact that some of you said black dot, some of you said white space, some of you said black dot or, some black shape in a white space. It really is about training ourselves to see the whole picture. Okay. And it's about the mindset and the mind space. So let me tell you one very, very important point. If you want to create a playbook for the future, and if you want to become future ready, then it's extremely important to see both the black dot as well as the white space. You need to do both. It's not linear thinking anymore. You've got to figure out in your mind space to see both. Your mindset will say black dot. Your mind space must see the white space around it. And that's the whole point of this session today. So I'm going to be, I picked 4 or 5 themes as I've been talking to Ravish and a couple of friends from TAB. And I said, here are a couple of themes that I'd like to explore today. And I hope in the next half an hour, in the next 60 minutes or so, we're able to get into some of these aspects of life. And I'm going to share with you some interesting hacks on how we can do what we need to be doing. But first of all, let me tell you a little about, the $10 trillion opportunity that is there in India today. The World Cup is going on right now. And all of you, I don't know how many of you watched the Argentina match that happened last night. And Argentina just got through by the skin of their teeth against Cape Verde. It was a fantastic match and amazing, amazing match. So you can be thinking, I do a session at 5 o'clock and I watch a match, and I do another session at 6 and I come back and do another session at 8. Well, that's me. Okay. But let me ask you a simple question to everybody, and I want you to answer this question again in the chat box. While the match was being played, there were 11 players from Argentina versus 11 players from Cape Verde, and they played the match. They had fun, right? There were also some people on the sidelines, the coach, the guys on the bench, the support staff. They also had a lot of fun from the, watching the match at close quarters. There was a stadium full of people who, saw this match. They had fun. There are people like me who sat up and watched some part of it on, television before I felt too sleepy and went off to sleep. And there are some of you who are hearing about this match today from me and saying, oh, wow, that must have been a close match. Okay. My question to you, and if you can put it in the chat box, who were the people who had the most amount of fun? Did all of us have fun? Or did some of us have more fun than the others? What do you think? Okay. Some of us had fun. Did all of us have fun, or some of us had more fun than the others? In the chat box, if you can help me and type out whatever you want. Everybody had fun. Fantastic. The players, Anil, lovely. The winning team players, Manan, very nice. Players had the maximum fun. Super. Players. The players had more fun. Surendran, very nice. Come on, guys. I want some more action early in the morning. Let's have some more messages on the chat box. Who do you think had the most amount of fun? Nagendra, winning team had more fun. Super. What else? There was fun and stress for all, Anurag. Absolutely. I'm sure that a lot of the Argentina fans would have had a near heart attack. Winning team players and supporters, right? Okay, great. Who else had most amount of fun? All participants had fun, more or less. Is this, sorry, is a state of the mind. Okay, fantastic, nice. Sponsors, absolutely. Arre, kya baat hai. Manan, are you from digital marketing by any chance? I like that answer. I love that. I didn't see the match nor follow football. I assume everyone, yeah. But the fans of the winning team had most amount of fun. All right. No, Manan says no. Okay, Manan, we'll give you a chance to tell us what you do a little later. All right. So let me tell you something interesting. Everybody had fun. But the most amount of fun was had by those 11 players from Argentina and the 11 players from the Capo Verde team, because they were on the pitch playing the match. Now, here's my thought for all of you guys. India or Bharat is going to become a $10 trillion economy. There's some debate when 2030, 2035, 2038, some projection, something is happening, but it doesn't matter. That's a detail. My question to all of you is this: when India becomes that $10 trillion economy, where are you going to be? Are you going to be on the pitch playing the match? Are you going to be on the sidelines as coaching staff, as support staff, as substitute players? Are you going to be in the stands watching the match? Are you going to be people watching it on television and hearing it on debates? Are you going to be reading about it in the next day's newspapers? Where are you going to be? I have decided I'm going to be on the pitch playing the match, because this once in a lifetime opportunity will never come back again to us in this lifetime of making sure that we grow. When India gets to $10 trillion, as I said, maybe 2035, maybe 2038, it's okay. It's all right. 10 years, 12 years, not a long time. I mean, if you look back, where were you 6 years ago? We were in the middle of COVID. Okay. Where were you 12 years ago? No big deal. I mean, we were 2014. So the point is, if if we decide that we want to be on the pitch playing the match, then I think there's one very, very important thing that all of us need to do. And I want you to figure this answer out. What legacy habit from your past playbook are you still holding on to that keeps you stuck inside the dot? Okay. I wanted to write this down, and I'm going to request Sharada, if you can, I don't know how many participants are there, Sharada.
Uh-huh.
If you can if you can open some nice breakout rooms for all of us. Okay, there are
Sure.
32 of us, so maybe 3 to a room. If
Yes.
you can create 10 rooms at random, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I want you to go to the breakout room and discuss, is there a legacy, from your playbook that is going to prevent you from getting onto the pitch and playing this $10 trillion game? So I'm sending you into a breakout room. Let's take 5-8 minutes. Now, one thing important, please introduce yourself. Some of you may not know each other. Doesn't matter. But when you get into the breakout room, please make sure that everybody is going to be participating. Okay. What is my question to all of you is, what is perhaps a legacy habit from your past playbook that you are holding on to that may prevent you from playing the $10 trillion opportunity? Is there a legacy habit from your past playbook? So let's figure that out. Let's talk about it and see, is there anything that we can do on that? Right? Sharda, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready with 9 rooms.
Please,
So 3 in
please,
a room. So
please join the breakout rooms. Go
I'm
there,
opening the rooms.
meet people, talk, and go and join, please. Yeah. Let's go into the breakout room and talk. Yeah.
I've opened the rooms. Please join in.
Hello.
Yeah, Kelkar, Kedar, right? We're going to put
Yeah.
the breakout room. Kedar, just
Yeah.
go there and just
I
go.
got locked out.
Yeah. Sharda, just send Kedar into one of the
I
rooms.
have given, sir.
Bhagirath Singh Raj Purohit, please join the room. Priyanka, Meenakshi, Ritik.
How many minutes, sir?
Let them talk. It's early.
Yeah.
Yamini, are you there? Tab India doesn't have to go, Sharda. You can keep Tab India out. You can keep me out. Meenakshi, Yamini, Ritik, are you guys there? Are all the rooms full? Okay.
Room 1 has
I'm
3.
just taking a break.
Sure, sure.
Just hold on.
I'm here.
Let this go on for about 5 minutes.
Sure. Hardik ji and Tapan ji, we are in the breakout room. I'm sending you both into a breakout room. Please do accept the request.
I have also joined the breakout room from the mobile, but I just shifted. That's why it just not coming.
Yeah, so you
Okay, so you are in room 1. Shall I send you in room 1?
Yes, please.
and
Yes. I'm assigning you to room 1, sir.
and
You are with Mr. Anil Atri and Kunal Bajaj.
tell what
Yes,
the question.
Riyaji, you've just joined in. We are in a breakout room. We have asked some question. I'm assigning you to a breakout room. Please do join in. Riyaji?
Yeah, you can give them time. 2 minutes and close.
Sure.
Or 1 minute and time, yeah. 2 minutes and then close.
Yeah.
I can't
I
see.
just broadcast. That speaking symbol, no? Even I was thinking. Only host can see, I guess, sir.
No, but even in the morning when I'm not the host, I can see. Okay, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'll send a message that 2 minutes will close the room.
Yeah, so next one, we can make it maybe 4 to a room.
Yeah.
Okay. Yamini Jangra, are you there?
Sir, actually, she is part of my team, so actually
अच्छा
she.
अच्छा 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 अच्छा, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. So is she keeping an eye on you?
Like, no, sir. Actually, she is inviting all the attendees. So she is
अच्छा अच्छा
calling the ones who
ठीक है
have
ठीक है
not
ठीक है
attended.
ठीक है ठीक है Not bad. Are you going to close the room, Sharda?
Yes, I've sent a message. I'm closing now.
Please.
Yes, I've given.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. All the rooms has been closed.
Everybody back?
Yes.
Wonderful. So let me just at random ask a few people to share what happened in the room. Let me go to room one. Anil, Hardik, and Kunal, you were in one room. So will one of you, Anil, who will tell us what happened in the room? You don't have to capture everything. You just have to very, very succinctly in 30 seconds tell us what happened in the room. Hardik, will you do that for me?
Yeah, we were trying to identify what is the legacy habit which is going to be the major hindrance or the block in us enjoying being a part of the $10 trillion.
Very nice. Lovely. Room two had Anurag and Bhagirath ji. Bhagirath, Anurag, anybody from that room?
Yeah, so both Bhagirath and I were very clearly able to identify what is going to prevent us and stop us from playing that big game.
Very nice. Room three, let me go to Gulshan and Harminder. Gulshan and Harminder, anything that you'd like to share? What happened in the room?
So both of us shared, one, drawback that each of us have that could be a hindrance.
Okay, very nice. Room four, Manan and Ravish. Ravish?
Yeah.
Or Manan?
So the gist of the whole thing was that both of us have this thing of getting bored very easily with the regular stuff. So that basically reduces consistency and delivery. So
Okay,
we need to live with that habit.
all right. Okay. We had room five, I think, Shankar.
Yes, sir. So it was me and Priyanka. So
Yes,
one of the things we felt was that, probably more faith in what we do is something that we can, and the confidence in our services is what I could do.
very nice. Room six, Kedar, Vivek, and Suhasni. Suhasni ji or Kedar, whoever.
Swasni, go ahead.
In our group, two of us had the same kind of the sense of risk aversion, a subtle risk aversion that stops us to take that leap. Although one was from a second generation business people, and I was the first generation entrepreneur, and we both had the same thing coming from different places. But Vivek was the opposite of us. He was taking too many risks, and that is what was holding him back. So it was an interesting conversation.
Very nice. Interesting. Thank you for that, Suhasni. Room seven, we had Nagendra, Smita, and Yamini. Okay, Yamini is from our team. So Nagendra and Smita would like to share.
Yes, sir. We were discussing about this big opportunity in exports, and we were looking at how to, leverage our present facilities to get into exports in a big way. That was the main
Very
point
nice.
of discussion. Yes.
Interesting. roommate Niranjan, Soumya, and Yamini again. Okay, so Niranjan and Soumya.
Soumya, I'm just going on behalf of us. Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Both Ms. Soumya and I were delving on the topics which is currently uh, like we are going with our regular work on day-to-day basis, but what is stopping us? We had some common itineraries on self-discipline, something about having inertia to start something new, and like sometimes confidence on certain matters of areas. So, and these are all clear signs indicating that when we go in the big picture, it may pull us down. We won't be in the key 11-player game or 12-player game. So we've identified it very clearly. We know what it is. So we just need to act on it.
Wonderful, excellent. I'm so glad that you did that. The last room, Rajneesh and Suresh.
Yeah, Suresh, I'll speak on our behalf. So
Yeah, please.
we talked of the business opportunity in uh, recycling, metal and electronic waste recycling.
Lovely. So
After introductions, I mean, so we found that common thing between us.
very nice, lovely. So the whole point is that you had a very interesting discussion on what kind of a legacy habit from your past playbook could keep you stuck in the dot. Okay, that was the whole idea of the exercise that we talked about. A very quick word about me and my team and what we do. Born to Win has been inspired by the Bhagavad Gita. We've spent more than 22 years of helping people help themselves in a joyous way. We have 30 plus empowerment partners. We've worked with more than 250 plus clients. And whatever I'm going to share with you today comes from that amount of deep knowledge. I'm also delighted that today we have Sharada with us and Suhasini ji with us. Both of them are based in Bangalore, and this is the rest of the team that Born to Win has. We're extremely grateful to some of these clients. They've been with us for 22 years plus. Sansera, been an old client of ours, ITC, ABB. These are clients that we've been dealing with for many, 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 many years. And if any of you, I know many of you are from BNI, some of you from TAB, any of you'd like to connect to any of these customers, please write to me, and I'd love to do that for you. So just to give you an idea on impact, okay? Now, impact is something which is very, very important. This is the kind of impact that we've helped people like you grow. Sushma is now running a company called Fairy Tale Begins, which is a wedding planner. She does very high-end weddings, the 10, 15, 20 crore kind of stuff. Nitin runs a company called Kotas Coffee. Kotas is about 350, 380 crores, wants to become a 1,000 crore company. Ketan Pishe is with P.N. Rao, the largest suit manufacturer today in India. 20 outlets, 6 cities, and they're growing. Meeta runs a very interesting company called Coffee Brook. And again, she's really, really diversifying into a whole host of other products. Girish runs Ikaksh Jewels. Ikaksh is one of the fastest lab-grown diamond companies in South India. So these are the kind of companies that we've impacted. So let me ask you, what is a warm adjective that you will use to describe yourself? Okay, if you can write that down. What is a warm adjective that you will use to describe yourself? Just put down one word. Okay, so if Niranjan, maybe you can say never give up, Niranjan, or something like that. Okay, I just want you to hold it. Okay, don't write anything anywhere, but just keep a warm adjective that you will use. Ravish, responsible Ravish, or risk-taking Ravish, or something like that. Okay, that you'd like to use to describe yourself. Just put down a particular adjective that you will use. My hero and somebody that I learned a lot from is this gentleman called Jeremy Bullmore. Now, he blew my mind when he shared this thought with all of us. He said, people build brands the way birds build nests. through the straws and scraps that they actually chance upon. Now just look at this. I mean, look at the power of the statement that he used. If you look at a nest of a bird, it is perhaps the most complex creation of nature. Very, very rarely will you see a nest fallen on the ground. Very rarely. You could have a hailstorm, you could have a storm, you could have a tornado, you could have anything that you want. You could have rain, you could have sun, but never will you see a nest on the ground. It's one of the most secure creations of nature. Very much the same way we individuals build brands in our mind through the straws and the scraps that we chance upon. Now, here is something that I want you to do. I'm giving you a challenge now saying, what is your personal brand? And I'd like you to write this in 8 words in the chat box. 8, not 9, maybe 9, maybe 10, doesn't matter. But try and keep it to 8. What is your personal brand? Okay, I'll tell you what mine is. Mine is helping people help themselves joyously. That's my brand. I'd like you to write this down and let's quickly put it in the chat box. What is your personal brand? Okay. Suresh, visionary, purpose-driven, inspirational, principled, distinguished, respected, dynamic, forward. कितने वर्ड हो गए यार? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. अच्छा ठीक है, you stuck to 8. Very nice. Smita, empowering exporters, export globally, earning forex for our Bharat. क्या बात है? Very nice. Rajneesh, strategic, creative, radical ideas, helpful. Okay, nice. Vivek, create something that creates value for other disruptionally. Very nice, Vivek. That's a nice one. You must work on that, Vivek. Okay. Hardik, help 1,000 families to become financially free. Nice, Hardik. That's also very nice. Anil, express my creativity through giving value dividends of customized material handling and automation systems. Anil, a little crisper. Okay. If you can, that'll be nice. Nagendra, love that. Meeting commitments. Fantastic. Niranjan, building, setting up modern dairy food plants for customers to stay ahead in the Bharat 10 trillion games. Okay. A little crisper, Niranjan, if you don't mind. Suhasni, continuously grow with others while helping others. Lovely, Suhasni. That's very nice. Beautiful. So here's the point, people. Okay. Your personal brand is what we're going to start with today. In this $10 trillion march of India, we need to figure out a way of becoming the magnet that is going to attract people to us. And your personal brand is really, really, really what is going to do that. Once you have your personal brand, then everything gets structured around it. For 22 years, I used to be in the advertising business. And I, handled many a large brands that you use perhaps on a day-to-day basis now. ICICI Bank, Sundrop Oil, Singapore Airlines, so many brands, Sandokan, Amul. And I used to work with this, this brand statement, 8 words. And whenever I would deal with any of these customers of mine, I used to ask them a simple question. Are what we're doing in alignment with this or not? If it is, let's go ahead. If it is not, let's not even think about it. So your personal brand is a very, very important statement. As you scale your business, remember the most important person in the room in scaling that business is you. And if you are going to do whatever you want to do in alignment with who you are and what you do, then so being future ready, the most important thing is this. And I'd like you to take your time. Yesterday, I haven't given you much time. I just asked you to quickly write down. So some of you are scrambling, putting some words down, which is fine. But in case you need any help, do reach out to Ravish, do reach out to me or to Sharda. We'll give you our LinkedIn handles at some point of time. And I'd love to help you to craft your personal brand because that is the most important thing. Remember all those people that I shared with you in terms of people who we've helped grow, Nitin Kotas or Sushma or Girish or Naveen Pishe. All of them started with this first. Let's put down what is your personal brand. And once you have that personal brand in place, then everything gets aligned with that. Okay, keep that in mind. So being future ready, the first step, get that personal brand going. I'd asked for this, I want you to take a look at it. Some of you may have it, some of you may not have it. But yesterday we sent out a Google form to all of you saying, we asked you for 5 questions saying, take a look at it. This is an extremely important check, a reality check, as it were. How do you look at setbacks and rejection? How do you pivot your strategy? How do you take, before taking any major risk, is there a downside? Do you beat yourself daily, emotionally, and it kind of bleeds into your family life? Do you prioritize building a synergistic ecosystem? So this particular, check has been sent to you. Keep it. Don't be in a hurry to answer all 4s. It's not required. Okay, but just make sure that you keep this and keep looking at it and keep monitoring it on a regular basis. Why is this important? Because there are various friction points that we need to be aware of and we need to be careful about. The first one, resilience and learning orientation. We've got to get into thinking of setbacks as feedback rather than failure. Okay, you will have setbacks in life. And you've got to look at them as feedback rather than failure. In terms of adaptability, you must be willing to pivot when market realities change. Look at the platform that we're doing things on now. I spent years building my business on face-to-face facilitation. And when COVID happened and when Zoom happened, we had to completely pivot because the market reality changed. And thanks to that, today I'm talking to you people. Some of you are in Bangalore, some of you are in Delhi, some of you are in Bombay, some of you are in Hyderabad, and you're all over the country. So how do you pivot? You can't get stuck. The third, in terms of risk, okay? Yes, you need to evaluate downside, but that doesn't mean that you should get into procrastination. You must balance the wheel of your life. Don't take work home. That's disastrous. Home is your happy safety net. And ecosystem thinking, seeking mentors, support, rather than operating alone. Ever since Ravish and Atul explained to me this whole concept of TAB, I said, how I wish I was 20 years younger. And I would have definitely wanted to join this group because this is something which is so very important. We'll examine some of these in greater detail as to what do I mean about each of them. So let me ask you a simple question, okay? And you can answer this to yourself. You don't have to tell me. When you experience a market rejection or a capital bottleneck, I want you to think of what is the script that plays out in your mind. Is it about something is wrong with me? Is it something is wrong with the world? What is it that is playing in your mind? And this is an unfair advantage that we as founders, some of you are founders of various companies here. What is the script that plays in your mind? I want you to keep this at the back of your mind. Okay, very important, because the strategic lens that we need to use is something different. The old thought, is that of being a tactical firefighter. You know, I used to keep joking in the past that, we're all that Kurbani type fellows, with a talwar ready to go and fire, fight any fire that comes up anywhere in my business. Reactive, isolated, drowning in details. These are the kind of things that is the old thinking that keeps happening. But the new thought is something which is totally different. The new thought says that you are a future ready architect. And here are some things that we need to practice on a day-to-day basis. Being proactive, being systemic, focused on market dominance. These things are what are going to help us move forward in life. The old, reactive kind of stuff is passé, guys. We need to move into the future by being proactive. So how do you do that? Okay. So let me tell you the $10 trillion think I can process that's extremely important. When you want to pivot your business, when you want to take your business and grow, the first thing that you may hit is I can't. And that's a damn good space to be. If you hit I can't, now you know you're on the right direction. Okay? Because once you hit I can't, then you move on to something which I call a weak I can't. From a weak I can't, when you think a little bit more, you start getting into the maybe world. And then you start saying, maybe I can. And after that, you get into I can. And then you do I can and I do. All the companies that we've worked with, all the businesses that we've seen grow, all the businesses that I've invested in as an investor, which have grown, have all gone through this process. Now, how do you do this? And here's the first hack that I want to share with you. Okay. The first pillar is the pillar of resilience, which is think I can. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to build into your thinking a I can time, which is based on Aham Brahmasmi, which how can you give time, for that bottleneck that we talked about a little earlier. Each one of you went into the breakout room and wrote down, saying maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. I want you to write down, I want you to pause and think now and say, what can be your I can response to that bottleneck that you have from the $10 trillion path? I'd like you to think and write it down. Okay. What is it that you can think? Okay. Your own innate potential. Okay. Separate this from external metrics. External metrics are not important at this point of time. If you have to capitalize on the $10 trillion economy, what is the I can response that you can come up with? I'm not going to tell you what. You know it. What is the innate internal potential that you have that you can use on your current business bottleneck? So I want you to think I can. Write this down. Okay, the daily pause. And every day you need to figure this time out to get this going. Okay. I wish business was like this, continuously growing. But then over the last 44 years or 46 years that I've been in business, I constantly keep coming up with this down in my life. Okay. So the up and the down are part of our entire life. Okay. That is part of our life. The ups and the downs are there in our life, and they're going to be there with us all the time. Now, here is the point that I want you to keep, I want you to keep in mind. If you're running your enterprise only for personal survival, which means that you're into busyness, then you are not building something to solve a genuine problem of the ecosystem. Remember that. Okay? You need to figure out a way of how to embrace the dynamics of the market. So I've got a beautiful model that I want to share with you. Okay? So each of you in this room right now, you've got an existing product which is serving an existing market, whichever market you're serving right now. And that's the box that you are in. Now, if you want a trajectory which is different, then you've got to make sure that you get into new products or services, or you get into new products, new markets with your existing products and services. Okay. And that's the challenge that all of us have, right? So if you need to do more, you can enter new markets with your existing products. Okay. That's one possibility that you've already got. So if I'm right now in Delhi and I've got a damn good product in Delhi, then is it possible for me to look at Bombay or Bangalore or Hyderabad or whichever market and say, can I take this particular product and service and get into that market? Or I have another option. I can enter my existing markets. I'm doing extremely well in Delhi. I mean, take the case of Ravish, brilliant architect that he is. I've got, a fantastic market in Delhi. People love me here. People give me lots and lots and lots of business. Can I bring a new product or service into this particular market, which I'm very good at, which is Delhi? Okay, that's another option that Ravish has. So what can he do? Maybe he can get in, as an architect. I'm just guessing this. Okay, maybe he can get landscaping into into his business. Maybe he can, get something else, right, into that new market. These are the standard options that we have. But this $10 trillion opportunity that we've got, we have to change our thinking. You've got to enter new or existing markets with new products. This opportunity is amazing. You have to lead the market. You've got to set the pace. You've got to set the standards. Remember that. Only when you do that, if you don't think in terms of new markets, new products, you're going to get stuck. So you'll have to look at saying, how do I add to the breadth of my offering? All the time as business guys, we are more worried about depth. This opportunity that is there for us, we will have to start figuring out how can we add more breadth of our offerings. That's the first hack that I want to share with you on the $10 trillion opportunity. The second pillar is adaptability. Okay. And therefore, I'm asking you a simple question now. How do you pivot? How do you lead the market? How do you set the pace? How do you, set the standard? So I want you to write down for yourself, what part of your current business model is the market asking you to evolve or let go? Is there anything that the market is giving you? And the markets give you these indications, guys. Okay. Markets are beautiful. They keep telling you that, look, this is not going to be working anymore. We need something else. So I want you to write down. And this is the second pillar of adaptability, of how do you need to pivot from your business. So please make a note of this. Okay. What is the market asking you to let go right now? So this is the second thing. Okay. The first, I asked you about I can. Now I'm asking you about what is it that is asking you? What is the market telling you? Look, let go, embrace something new. If you want to enter, if you want to get into new markets, if you want to lead the market, if you want to get into new products, you need to let go something. And what could that be? Okay, just think about that. Let me move to the third one, which is what I call the we can alignment. Okay. Now, all of us have, I suspect, a little bit of an I can mindset that we've got within us. Okay. Now, from here, we need to move into something which I call we can. We need to get into flawless team execution. Okay. Now, if you want to get into this, we need to do something which is called doing faster. And how are we going to do faster? Right. Now, here's the challenge. Most of us operate in stated needs on a reactive basis, Q1. What we need to be doing is we need to get into Q4, which is unstated needs in a proactive way. If we can get into that Q4, which is unstated needs, proactive. So here's what I would like you all to think of and write down. Okay. Which unstated need, which is based on innovation, passion, creativity, can you start working on, right? I'd like you to please write down. What are 3 things that you believe you can do, okay, so that this risk that you're facing is something that you can handle. What are 3 proactive steps that you can take in your business? If you can write that down, okay? Saying these are things I can do to make sure that the unstated need is something that I can work on, right? Moving on, let me get to this whole thing about this need to be in control all the time, okay? When you're handling any operational friction with investors, vendors, team members, do you react defensively or do you listen to solve the underlying human challenge? And here is something that we need to do, okay? I want you to understand the difference between deliveries and deliverables. There is something called a moment of truth that happens in life. And I believe that that moment of truth is when deliveries and deliverables interact. And therefore, in every transaction that we do, how oriented are we towards service is your cutting edge. Keep this in mind. Okay. So, therefore, how do you keep calm? How do you do better? You need to get into something called a conscious communication. I want you to start thinking in terms of practicing what I call a stillness window. Okay. A non negotiable 5-minute slot in your daily routine in which you can practice stillness. Okay. So that is something which you will do on a regular basis, right? If you can do this, right, then we're doing extremely well. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to open one more breakout room, okay, that I'd like Sharda to help us with. Sharda, if you can put 4 to a room right now.
It is
And
ready,
I
sir.
want you to figure out, I want you to share from whatever you've heard, what are some interesting hacks that you can practice? Okay, we've done all the 4 pillars that we looked at. What is it that you can practice on a day-to-day basis? Sharda, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm opening the rooms.
Please, 4 to a room.
Yes, 4 to a room.
Fantastic.
Okay, the rooms are open. I request all of you to join in, please. Soumya ji, Meenakshi ji, Gulshan ji. I request you to kindly join in.
Soumya, are you there? Sharda, can you move Soumya to the waiting room otherwise?
Yes.
Or can you move her into the room? Likewise, Gulshan Rai, I think they both dropped out.
I'll put them in waiting room, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them some time. How many rooms have you opened? I think what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give them some time.
Yeah, we opened at 57.
No, let them take 5-8 minutes talk.
Sure. There is
Okay.
4 in a room.
Yeah, let them take time.
Yeah.
Which Girish is this? This is the core Girish.
No, the other Girish. I think that Kurg Girish had called you yesterday.
Hmm.
I'll send a message that it will be closed in a minute.
No, 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 no. Wait. What's the hurry?
Okay. Okay.
Then talk. They're talking. You send them at 8:57, no?
Correct.
So let them do.
Yeah.
See, this is the only time they get to know each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Priyanka ji, you want any help in going back to the room?
No, ma'am, I'm from tab only.
Okay.
I'm just going to go and join a room. Okay.
Sure. Smitaji and Anuragji, do you need any help in going back into the room?
No, Shraddha ma'am, we are done discussing. Therefore, we came back from the breakout room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We had good discussions and we are done. So we decided to come back. Maybe Vivek sir also will join. Yeah, soon. So we are back here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
how was the room looking like?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Uh-huh.
We had quite a engaging discussions. First, so we got to know each other, know about each other, and then we got into the traction of knowing what is the hack that we individually follow every day in our respective
Wow.
areas and plans of action. So interesting.
Okay.
Maybe Vivek sir also would like to contribute.
So you are on mute. Vivekji, you're on mute.
Vivek sir, you're on mute, sir. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
No.
So, I mean, although the time was very limited to absorb everything that was presented and then try and see how it can be related to what we do, we could pick on at least one thing, and we're able to speak about one habit that we kind of do. In my case, it was about learning new things that can, add on to the existing business. That was really interesting. But I would say that most of everything that Ramkumar was sharing was absolutely stunning stuff. And I mean, I relate to all of them. And I'm also from advertising business, so it was really nice to hear from an advertising person.
Ram sir, you're on mute.
Lovely. Are you bringing back everybody, Sharda?
No, I'll just send out a message and bring them back.
Please. What do you do, Vivek? And where are you based?
I'm based in Mumbai. 35 years back, I was in Saatchi & Saatchi.
Oh, nice.
Moved from account management to creative to being an ad filmmaker. And then I got into the internet space, and I've been in the internet space ever since. I built tech ventures, which again, being from advertising, really relates to the customer problem first and then builds the operating model. And therefore, it really makes sense to a lot of stakeholders in the way I think through disruptional tech. So currently, I run a supply chain warehousing network, which offers warehousing services and logistics services on a asset-light model, almost like we work for warehousing. And I help manufacturers and brands. And brands, now I started working recently, and that's brought life full circle.
Very nice. Lovely. Lovely.
So 20 seconds and they will be back, sir.
Sorry, ma?
20 seconds, all will be back.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Suresh, where are you and what do you do?
I'm from Hyderabad. We are into sustainable economy initiative projects doing, particularly copper recycling right now. But we have another 3 metals are in pipeline. So, and 15 years I spent my time in Francophone countries.
Okay.
So I managed world's second and third largest facilities like copper, cobalt, nickel.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And
So
I'm also,
Yeah, go ahead.
And I established the Ignite Entrepreneurs Association. I would like to contribute for the nation for building entrepreneurship ecosystem in India.
Excellent, Suresh. Wonderful. How nice is that?
Yeah.
So here's my thought to all of you guys. If you've got to take your business and grow it by whatever, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x in this $10 trillion opportunity, okay? What is the one help? What is the one assistance that you need from this tribe that is here early in the morning on a Saturday? Okay. What is the one help? What is the one assistance that you guys need to help your business grow 3, 4, 5 times? Okay. Why don't you type it in the chat box? Don't hit send. Don't hit send. Just type it in the chat box. Okay. Don't hit send. What is the one help that you need to grow your business by whatever, 2x, 3x, 4x? That's your call. Okay. Some of us are large, so maybe even 2x is good enough. Okay. Some of us are growing, so maybe 3x. Some of us are at a startup phase, so maybe 5x. What is the one help that you need, to grow your business by some kind of a multiple? Okay. If you can type it in the chat box, don't hit send as of now. I'll tell you when to hit the send once you're done. Once you finish typing, just give me a thumbs up so that I know I'll tell you why I'm not asking you to hit a send. Okay. Just write it down and just give me a thumbs up so that I know all of you have typed it and you're all kind of there. What do you think you need to be doing to grow your business by whatever factor, 2, 3, 4, 5x, anything? Okay. Type it and wait. There's a reason why I'm asking you to wait. Just bear a little patience with me. Whatever is there in your mind. Okay. Done, everybody? Yeah. Now hit the send button. Go ahead. We are how many? We are about 20 of us here. Hit the send button now. Massive promotion, new markets, new innovative service. Okay. Nagendra. People in operational metrics. Very nice. Warm introduction to business owners and decision makers. Very nice. I'm the only one who needs to change. Wow. I need to 4x my business, Saurabh. Prospects, strong review systems, Vivek, funding, team building, brand visibility, connections, long-term strategic investors. So have you all hit the send button? Team building, lovely. Okay. Brand visibility strategy, Suhasini, super, right? If you want all of this to happen, obviously the owner for all of this is you, correct? You've got to do something about it, right? I want to just talk about two new things to you, all of you. One is to collaborate. Normally when you hear collaboration, you collaborate with likes. How can you collaborate with unlikes? Okay. Now, Suresh and who was sharing with us earlier? Sharda, Suresh and
Vivek ji, sir.
Vivek. Is he there? Vivek is left.
No, he's here.
He's here. All right. So Suresh and Vivek were sharing with us earlier. Vivek is into tech, based in Bombay. Suresh is in Hyderabad. He's into metals. Do you think it is possible for Suresh and Vivek to collaborate and grow each other's business? On the face of it, no. Impossible. And what does Vivek and Suresh have to do with each other? What has Vivek got to do with metals? What has Suresh got to do with technology? Right? And here is the biggest challenge that India is having right now. We are still operating from our comfort zones. We want to collaborate with people who are likes. Can we start thinking in terms of collaborating with unlikes? I think we have a phenomenal opportunity through a group like TAB. How can Vivek and Suresh get into a conversation? How can Nagendra and Ravish get into a conversation? How can Hardik and Suhasini get into a conversation? On the face of it, you guys have got nothing to do with each other, yeah? Kuch bhi nahi hai na. But in that, there is so much of a wealth. Okay? Let me give you one example of what I'm saying. I shared with you earlier Girish, who's into lab-grown diamonds, right? Now, technically speaking, this lab-grown diamonds are, jewelry. People will go buy them. Why? Because, it's a nice thing to buy. People are little safety conscious, etc., etc., etc. So many other things that are there. So when I was talking to Girish, and I said, Girish, you're going to go and collaborate with somebody who's selling saris, somebody who's selling some lifestyle products, etc., etc., etc. Where can you think in terms of going and collaborating with complete unlike? So can you believe me? Girish went and collaborated with a company that is into manufacturing. And when they both collaborated, they found so many interesting synergies between what this manufacturing company is doing and what Girish is doing. And today, both businesses are growing because A, they don't compete. They're not in the same space. So here is something that I want all of you to keep in mind, okay? Because everybody said that, I want more prospects. I want to do team building. I want to help reach out to more number of people. Hardik says, Suresh says, long-term strategic investor. Super. And Ravish, if we can capture all of this, from the chat. And this is something which is, according to me, a big thing going into the future. Collaboration between unlikes. Okay, this is one thought. The second thought that I want to leave all of you with is this, that when you're building your business today, do you have an exit strategy in mind? What is your exit strategy? Okay. Exit strategy is not about closing down your business. No. Okay. An exit strategy can also be an IPO. And today you've got the SME stock exchange. I'm presuming that some of you are, maybe 5-10 years old as an organization. I'm presuming that you've got a turnover about 30-40 crores. But can you all start planning an exit strategy for your business? Okay. Because when you plan an exit strategy, guess what happens? You are going to be getting in a tremendous amount of energy into that business. So supposing, for instance, we've got, and again, I'm just using Ravish as a name because I know Ravish and I'm very fond of him. Supposing Ravish comes in as an investor, Hardik, into your business and says, yeah, Hardik, let's plan an exit strategy in 5 years' time. Or whoever. I'm just taking Hardik's names because his photograph is right up front in front of me. It could be anybody, right? Now just imagine the amount of energy that Ravish will bring into your business. Okay, because your business is something that is capable of an exit strategy. Supposing Nagendra comes and says, okay, Suresh, let me invest in your company and let's see how we can get your company, how we can plan an exit strategy. Can we plan an IPO? Can we plan an acquisition? Can we plan a merger? The India of tomorrow is going to be built on this. If as a entrepreneur, the mindset on being future ready is these two things, guys. One, collaboration between unlikes. Two, an exit strategy. Every business, I believe, must have an exit strategy, whether it is a sellout, whether it is a merger, whether it is to get acquired, whether it is to go for an IPO. That is a mechanism. Okay, keep this in mind. Right? Phenomenal. So I'm almost at the end of my talk, but here is something that I'd like all of you to please help me with. And these are the last 2 slides I promise you that I'm going to share with you. Where are you? Right. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Okay, lovely. So here is something that I want you to write down. Okay. In the next 72 hours, what are two specific actions that you're going to be taking, micro actions, okay, so that you get that mindset shift, you get it into your mind space. What are two micro actions that you're going to take in the next 72 hours? Okay. And to help you to do that, here is what I'd like you to use. Okay. Here is a simple Google form. It's a very, very important thing that you're going to be filling up. Okay. I promise you that we're not going to spam you with any mails and stuff like that. That's not the intention. The intention is to keep it at one place. Take this form. It's asking you three simple questions. What is it that you're going to start doing from today? What is it that you're going to stop doing from today? And what will you strengthen doing from today? It's just three simple questions. And you fill in your email ID and you're going to get back the same form back to you as a response, so that you've got that on your form. I am doing the same thing myself because I find this useful as an exercise. It's called the Entrepreneurial Mindset Action Plan. Your name, your number, organization. What will you start doing? What will you stop doing? What will you strengthen doing? And how do you feel?
And put a link in the chat box. If someone doesn't want to scan the QR, they can click on the link and go ahead with it. Yes, sir. Niranjan, sir, please do it right away. I request you to do it right away, please.
This is for your use. I mean, this is for your benefit. What is it that you want to start, stop, and strengthen doing? Wonderful. Awesome. If you can just continue to keep take another minute and once you're done, if you can just type in the chat box that it's been done, then we can go ahead. Okay, so while the others are filling this up, let's open this up. Any questions, anything that you want to ask Ravish or me, go ahead and we can, spend maybe the next 5 minutes having a chat. Anybody?
Yes, can I?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Uh, could you just remove the Google form? I think.
I think some people are still using it.
Okay.
But go ahead, I can see you, Suresh.
Yeah. Actually, I started a very tough entrepreneurial journey when I returned to India. Okay. In spite whatever the experience I have in safety in generally, I'll say experience doesn't matter for the
What's the
safety.
question, Suresh?
Just I'm asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
just tell me the question. Go ahead, sir.
It's not yes or no question. That's why I'm trying to
Doesn't
set
matter.
the
So just
context.
ask the
But
question. Yeah. So you've got a beautiful room. Somebody can help you. Go ahead.
particularly in India, business is cash versus compliance. Okay. So always those who are working with the compliances is one of the toughest thing, how to deal with the cash brutal matters for the business. And second, the collaboration. The collaboration is fantastic. And even my organization, the bottom line is collaboration is multiplication. Okay. And of course, exit strategy, what you are said, that is different for the each one growth when it is comes to IPO. Okay. Here my question is how we can in a faster manner, because trust in India, it takes some 10 to 15 years of time. Sometimes it is 5 years. But the thing is, the right people, we have to meet right people. We must be the right people. Always I use the word, I will be your human asset. Are you be my human asset? Okay, I will ask in this way. So my question is, how fast we can do these things at this juncture, at this ecosystem, uh, or otherwise, what kind of strategies we need to play for this?
So
Could you?
Suresh, one, with your permission, I'll just coach all of you guys about one thing. Time is a premium right now. Nobody has time to listen to your story, Suresh. We have this habit of going into the backstory first to lay the foundation and then get to the point. If I were you, Suresh, I'll just ask a simple question. I am a terrific human being. I'm looking forward to collaborating with a whole host of people. I will be your human asset. Will you collaborate with me? Simple. Okay. Now, to ask your question, cash versus compliance, always compliance. Takes time, doesn't matter. Okay. But let me tell you, businesses have collapsed because they've gone into cash. No business I know has collapsed because of compliance. Let me tell you that. We don't set up businesses to collapse. We set up businesses for that growth. So that's your first question, cash or compliance? Compliance always. Takes time, doesn't matter. But at least you go home and sleep with a clear conscience. As far as collaboration is concerned, it's a tough, slippery slope, no doubt about it. But the more you talk to people and get them excited, the more people will be willing to talk to you, Suresh. I think you're in the right room out here. Have you heard of TAB?
No.
You have.
Actually, I was connected
So
2 days.
I think you should perhaps, and I'm not trying to sell TAB, but I think you should, perhaps look at how you can join an organization of networking where you will meet people, okay, where you can bypass the time that it takes. Now, you asked a very important question, trust and trustworthy. I keep telling people you must become trustworthy, not trust. Trust is absolute. Okay? So look for people who are trustworthy, Suresh. Trust is absolute. Trust is very difficult. But trustworthy comes with certain boundaries. Okay? Fantastic. Any other questions? Any other thoughts? Anybody? We've got a couple of minutes which we can take some more questions, but just keep it to the question, please. Don't get to the backstory.
Sir,
Yes, Anil, go ahead.
you had the analogy of having a particular match that players enjoy playing. So, in the 10 trillion economy, should we look at winning a match and that's the exit? Is that the connotation, or do we look at building a company and leaving a legacy behind, or are we looking to win a match and exit? What's the analogy there?
What do you think, Anil?
I'm trying to think. So if I have to look at 10 trillion economy, should I set a number for myself and then look at the exit? Is that what we should look at as an entrepreneur?
If that is what you want, yes. Okay. If that is what you're looking for, why not? Okay. Beyond a point, scaling, Anil, is difficult for an individual entrepreneur. So if you think in your business, by collaborating, by merging your business with somebody else, is a better way to grow that business and reach more people, then that's a good answer. The $10 trillion economy is going to demand one thing from us: to get out of this my business, my company, my legacy thinking. That I'm going to do this so that my great-grandson or granddaughter, whoever, is going to be running this business 100, 150 years from now. Okay? I think you should leave it to your great-grandson or great-granddaughter to decide whether they want to run your business or not. Right? I think the point is to get into impact, to figure out, look, how can your business make the biggest impact? So if maybe a merger is a good idea, do that. Okay? It's not about playing the match and exiting. No. It's about building the team. The World Cup comes once in 4 years, yeah. No? But people like a Messi or a Ronaldo have been playing now for how many World Cups? 6th World Cup, 7th World Cup. They're building teams. Right. Any other questions, anybody?
Sir, a follow-up question to this question. So definitely we require other people inside the business to scale. Like you said, individual can only take it to this level. So that how it should happen, sir? In a minority stake we can sell because if you want more valuation at this stage, business is small, but we see the big opportunity down the line. Like you said, it's a $10 trillion opportunity. So, we can, after working for many years, we cannot short sell ourselves because we know the opportunity is very huge down the line. So, but we require the funding also to grow the business. So, how that strategy can be managed so that we get a full value for the business and exit in a happy state of mind?
The point is this, that, that old thinking is that I need to get a good valuation. Okay.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
old thinking, Nagendra.
Yes.
The new thinking is that, look, if I get a valuation today and somebody gives me 100 crores, will I exit my business? Perhaps yes.
Yes.
Because then with that 100 crores, there are so many other things that I can do in my life.
Yes.
And I can take that 100 crores and multiply it to 1,000 crores.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
I can invest that 100 crores into 10 of the people who are there on this call right now.
Yes.
And grow their businesses, and then, maybe that's 1,000 crores, maybe that's 10,000 crores. So that's the new thinking,
Yes.
Nagendra. The old thinking is that,
Okay.
I'll give you a case in point. I was consulting
Yes.
with somebody recently who wanted to sell some property.
Yes.
And the guy kept telling me that, I know if I wait, I'll get a better price.
Hmm.
Simple thinking and correct thinking.
Yes.
Wait a little
Yes.
more. That plot went for 10 crores. Why should I sell it for 8? So I was saying, what
Yes.
is the opportunity loss? If you sell this property right now, you're getting 8 crores. What can you do with this 8 crores? Why aren't you thinking of that? Because today time is something of the essence. No?
Yes.
So
Yes.
valuation, there is nothing like this is the valuation I should get.
Okay.
So long as it is reasonable, so long as it is fair, because the opportunity in the market is much, much more, Nagendra.
Okay.
You get the point?
Yes,
I'm
I
not saying
understood
give
the
away
point.
your company for, 10 paisa or something like that. No, don't do
Yes.
that. Correct?
Yes.
But
Yes.
don't go with this pie in the sky kind of an idea.
Okay.
That's the old thinking.
Okay.
Today, with the experience that you have, the expertise that you have, what you can do if you've got cash with you is fantastic. No, you can invest in and
Yes, I understood.
got it right. Niranjan,
Got it.
Sir, good morning.
right?
I have a question. Like, off late, I've been hearing a lot about passive income stream. Like, though many of us here on the table may be entrepreneurs or could be anything or employees, but there has been always this buzz about passive income. So, our time is fully spent in developing the business or the work we are in right now. And what you have explained today in the presentation and given us a lot of insights on are only about how can we play the big picture. So it got me thinking. So can we have multiple teams and play the game? So like one person can play multiple teams and play multiple games. So what happens then? So how does this? Can you just share some light on passive income, or maybe talk about it, or just give me an insight on what can be done there in that
A
case?
passive income is an income that is earning money because you've invested your money in and somebody else is making money for you. A passive income, Niranjan, is a fixed deposit. I mean, the simplest form of
Okay.
passive income is a fixed deposit. You put your money into a bank and you're getting whatever, some 6%, 7%, 8%, some interest you get, right?
Okay.
So the bank is making the money for you. They're putting that money, they're lending it to somebody, they're making some interest, and they're giving you some 6%, 8%, 7%, something. Like a rental income. Okay, so if you've invested in a flat and that flat is giving you some 30, 40, 50,000 rupees as a. So you're not actively working on that. That is a passive income stream, Niranjan. I mean,
Okay.
very, very simple stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Now, shares, debentures, bonds. Now, one very interesting passive income stream that is coming up is commercial real estate, warehousing. So if you invest in that, so there are various ways in which you can, take some money, put it aside, so long as it is safe. You've got to make sure that it's not risky, but you can generate a passive income stream. Are you clear about that? So it's up to you, your risk appetite, what you want, how much can you invest. Okay. So then that becomes a very interesting stream that will keep working for you as you keep going along, Niranjan.
So it doesn't mean that I have another business and that generates revenue for me is not passive income.
No, then
Technically,
you've got to run the business, no?
Okay. Okay.
So if you take some money and let's say you put it into Ravish's company, now you can't forget about that money, no? So you've got to run that business. You've got, you can't say that, look, I'm going to start something and not bother about it. Then that is not exactly passive income.
That is basically like you have to take care of that as well, 100%.
Absolutely.
To grow it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. I think with that, Ravish, can we close this session?
Yes, we can.
There
I
are
think,
any other questions? Any other questions? Any other thoughts? We can take one more question. Otherwise, we can.
If anyone has Niranjan, you can lower your hand. So I just have a few
Ravish, I have. Sorry, Ravish.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
You must get in touch with Ravish. Okay.
Sure,
because
sir.
I've seen a lot of people doing networking, but this guy is another class.
Just drop your number.
Yes. Right.
Sure.
Okay. Yes, Ravish, back to you, sir.
So thank you, sir, for such a immersive session, I must say. I think I have attended so many master classes, but this was very interactive, collaborative, We did a lot of self-reflection. I'm sure people are going to implement a lot of things. If not, whatever micro things they can implement will bring a major change in their life. So thank you so much again for taking time out. I know your mornings are completely packed. So you still made space for this session. So thank you once again. To everyone, thank you for attending early morning on a Saturday. I hope this will trigger some thoughts and bring in some more clarity as to how to go about your personal lives and your business and be future ready. So thank you. With your permission and participants' permission, sir, if everybody says yes, then can we create a small WhatsApp group, because people may have follow-up questions. They may need more clarity and they may have these, because otherwise, we'll all lose this, whatever vibe we have managed to create here.
Please
If
go
it can
ahead.
continue, that'll be great.
Please go ahead.
So if all the participants agree, then just type a yes in the chat box. Then we'll create a small WhatsApp group for this particular tribe.
Perfect.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Sharda, for being here. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you.